Today we're at Lake Hill Speedway in Valley Park, Missouri for a reunion like no other. After being closed since 1980, race fans, racers, and race cars are back at this historic speed plant to remember and relive the glory days of this racetrack, which opened in 1948 and was primarily a midget racetrack for the first few years of operation. But then the stock car craze took over, and the rest is history. The track went from dirt to asphalt in 1966 and drew some of the biggest names in racing, both locally and nationally, during its 33 years of operation. Russ Wallace, Rusty Wallace, Kenny Schrader, Don Klein, Jerry Sifford, and airborne Alan Potter all raced here.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name's Mike Muir. I'm the talker guy at I-55 at Lake Hill Speedway. I'm happy to be here today with the Lake Hill Speedway reunion. And with us is one of the main coordinators of this event, a guy whose heart and soul is not only in racing, but also grassroots racing here in the Midwest, especially in the St. Louis area. From Arnold, Missouri, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Herman Kenny Wallace.
Okay. Everybody knows that I live in North Carolina, so is Kim Gardner here? Where is Kim? Raise your hand. Is he not here? Okay, there's a lot of people that have gathered. Let me just make one thing perfectly clear. Mike McGinnity, come up here. Well, we got Sandy Anderson, ladies and gentlemen. That's a 58 Baron. We got a lot of race car drivers doing flyovers today, so if you see airplanes flying low, there's a lot of old guys that are pilots, and they're doing flyovers, so recognize that today. All right, Mike McGinnity, the new president of the St. Louis Auto Racing Fan Club. Here's where we're at with this whole reunion. I tell the truth. As a matter of fact, one time Bill Elliott says, I say such truthful things that I have shoelaces hanging out of my mouth because I always got my foot in my mouth. Kim Gardner, the land developer of this racetrack, I've had 4 beers, so give me a break. Kim Gardner, the land developer of this racetrack, posted something on STLRacing.com. Myself, my brother Mike, and Kenny Schrader were in Dover, Delaware, in my motorhome, and I said, check this out. And Kim Gardner put his phone number up on there. He said, it was so funny, he said, oh, I bought this land and I found something that simulates a racetrack. Now imagine coming through that tunnel, and this was just incredible chaos. It looked like warfare. Right where you stand were trees and brush. You could not even tell there was a racetrack here. I said, this guy, he's at Lake Hill and he doesn't know what he has. Webb Spalding and a lot of people, we were just signing autographs, and some people were bringing some old programs. A.J. Foyt, Mario Andretti, Mel Kenyon, legendary midget drivers that went on to be Indy 500 winners. We didn't even realize this, but they have raced here at Lake Hill. Obviously, Kenny Schrader, Rusty Wallace, all these great drivers. So what I did was I called Kim Gardner's phone number, and we started talking about it. But it was so growed up that we couldn't take on this monumental task. So John Schrader, who used to work over at Fabic at Caterpillar over here off of 44 in the Merrimack River there, John Schrader, if it was not for him, he put a brand new bulldozer out here, and I don't, is the operator here? He's down in there getting drunk. I know he had 2 beers when I seen him. John Schrader from Fabic put a bulldozer right over there and left it here for 2 months, and this man cleared this whole place out, put the pit road in. We found a 6-inch pump, drained the pump out, or drained the water out. So what I'm trying to say is, it was maybe, I kind of pushed Kim Gardner, and then all these people started helping out. I said, we've got to have the brown gravel. That's what me and Mike McGinnity used to run around in as little 6-year-old kids. If the brown gravel hasn't tripped you yet, it's not doing its job. I fell down more damn times in that brown gravel. It's got to be thick, and you got to be bitching about it. Goddamn gravel. That's when you know it's right. And everybody's bitching about the gravel, so we know we got it back. So the St. Louis Auto Racing Fan Club and all their helpers have helped put this on today. So a round of applause for the St. Louis Auto Racing Fan Club. I really wanted to set the record straight. It really embarrassed me that a lot of people in the papers, I mean, I did have a lot to do with it, but I didn't do no man. The only thing I did, which was the coolest thing, the very first piece of work that was ever done here, I helped fire the 6-inch pump up. And that bitch started, I was like, come on! Ah! And man, they were shooting 6-inch water out, and I was like, Arr! It was awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. How about a nice round of applause? Kenny Wallace, Mike McGinnity, for putting all this stuff together. 1948, Lake Hill Speedway opened up. They raced midgets here on dirt. Up until 1967, this was a dirt racetrack. Then they changed it to asphalt, and it finally shut down in 1980. That's the last year that this track was actually in operation. Some of the promoters, Marty Josephine and Marty Hytel Jr., Marshall Yost, Jesse Tennington and Joe Finley, Danny Fry Sr., Bob Mueller, Joe Shaheen. They raced midgets. Joey Chitwood thrill shows. They had professional wrestling here. Buzz Bundy thrill shows, sprint cars, stock cars, and demolition derby. Was anybody here for the only demolition derby ever held at Lake Hill Speedway? Do you remember what happened during that demolition derby on asphalt? I was the announcer for Ivan George and Ruby Sims, Auto Race Promotions Incorporated. They held one demolition derby on asphalt, and one only. Do you know why? A fuel tank split open on the front straightaway. Ivan and George lost so much money that day, it was unbelievable. They lost their butts because they had to repave the front straightaway because a car burned up on the front shield. Again, we'd like to thank the announcers that were at this racetrack, Bob Mueller, Bruce Humphrey, Al Brinkmeyer, the flagman, Bob Mueller, the great late Leo Leidendecker, and Don McGinnity all were flagmen at this racetrack. Again, tremendous history. The blue tent as you came in, if you look over there, see that blue tent? That tent has got the original blueprint. The original blueprint, Glenn Jacoby, who's, I believe he's here today. Glenn kept that blueprint, and it's here today. We want to thank you all for coming out. Ladies and gentlemen, as I look around this crowd, I can tell you one thing. The real race fans in the bi-state area are at Lake Hill Speedway today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're the best. You are the best. Thank you.
We're talking with a couple of special guys here at Lake Hill Speedway. We got Mike Mittler on my right and Russ Wallace on my left. We'll talk with Russ first. Russ, did you think it was going to be this big?
The event today?
Yes, sir.
Well, I've been in on the ground floor, but yes.
You felt it was going to be big?
I would have been disappointed if it wouldn't have been big.
Well, I'll tell you what, they told me about 9:30 this morning they had close to 500 people at the front door. At noon or 11 o'clock they had over 1,000, and people are still coming in trying to find a parking spot.
4 months ago, you couldn't see this racetrack. It was so engulfed in trees. Water was halfway up on the track. My son Kenny and I were here, and Kenny says, I got an idea, and this is the results of it.
Oh, it's fantastic. The smiles. The old faces now, you know that you see the people coming up. I've heard several people come up and talk to you about how much they appreciated not only what you did, but your sons and how great they were. You got to feel good about today, Russ.
It's a great family affair, and plus the family, it's all the old friends, the old racers.
Now I understand you're going to get in a car today.
I'm going to get in this Camaro right here. They surprised me, and I had a Camaro race car. This is the closest they could come up, but it's pretty nice.
It looks great. Well, good luck today. Thanks for being here. Thanks for having the support of your son, Kenny. The St. Louis area, the motorsports community has a great debt of gratitude to your family.
6 people that put great effort in this thing. And my Kenny and a fellow named John Schrader from Fabic. He was really the backbone of it.
Well, it's great.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
Okay, thank you very much.
We're going to talk now to Mike Mittler. Mike is, some of you may know, big NASCAR Craftsman truck guy out in Forestdale, Missouri. Got a business out there, but an avid race fan for a long time. Mike, what do you think of this place?
Oh, it's absolutely fantastic. It all started here in the late 60s for me. Like 1969, we first came out here on a Sunday night, and a lot of great memories at this racetrack, a lot of great friends, as Russ said, and have seen a lot of people here so far today.
a lot of great racers raced on this racetrack. I mean, obviously, Rusty went on to win the Winston Cup championship, but Schrader, the entire Wallace family, Mel Kenyon, a lot of the great midget racers were also campaigning here early when the track was dirt.
Oh, yeah. That was a little before my time, of course, but, you mentioned Rusty. Of course, I was here the first night that Kenny Schrader drove a race car. They drove it from the shop right around the corner here and drove it in, and who would have ever believed, that we'd end up here now today, looking back after all those years. So, yeah, absolutely was a great facility.
I'm kind of anxious. You talk about driving a car around the corner. I'm trying to find out if anybody flat-toed just for nostalgia's sake, because we used to have a lot of that.
Oh, yeah, no question about that.
Yeah.
Well, it was, that was a different day. And, of course, now if you don't have the 53-foot semi and the biggest tractor out there, you're nobody. But, it was still good, hard racing, and it was the racing that we knew at the time. And so that's what made it a lot of fun. It was close to home, and it was pretty family-orientated being here on a Sunday night, too.
Now, tell us real quickly about your truck effort. I understand things are still going well for your Craftsman Truck Series effort.
Yeah, we were very fortunate to have Cooper Busman come on as a sponsor for us this year. We ran 11 races with them this year, and I had a pretty good season. We're looking forward to next year. We don't have a firm commitment yet with them for 2008, but we're still talking. They're still talking, trying to put something together for next year.
That series just keeps getting more exciting and more exciting. Probably, one of the most competitive of the three series right now in NASCAR.
Yeah, a lot of people believe it's the best racing in NASCAR today because the races are shorter. You've got a limited number of tires for the weekend, so you have to have strategy from your first lap on the racetrack, and you've got to be able to manage your tires properly, and you got to race like heck because you don't have 500 miles to get her done.
Sounds like the old days, doesn't it?
Absolutely, yeah, a lot like being
it was
here on
fun.
Sunday night. Yeah,
absolutely. Well, Mike Midler, thanks a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, they're firing up the engines. You're going to see race cars on the racetrack here at
All right, if you can see this picture, if you can get, I don't know if you can see the guy driving the car, but it's actually Ken Roberts. And Ken Roberts is here with me right now, a guy that used to race here at Lake Hill Speedway. Kenny, when did you race?
62 to about 67.
62 to 67, so it was still dirt when you were racing.
Yeah.
It was still dirt.
Yeah.
And you race this big Ford, is this a Galaxy or what is it?
Galaxy 500.
A Galaxy 500. Now, what class was this?
Well, we only had one class.
Well, everybody just ran the same class.
I ran a time trial, and your time was where you started.
Now then, how about today? Tell me about today. How about today?
Today's something else.
Can you believe it?
No, I can't, but I enjoy it. I watch it every Sunday.
Watch racing, but this bringing all this back.
This right here, this is like stepping back in history 40 years. I mean, it really brings back some memories. My daughter's here, and she was 5, 6 years old when we...
Now, let me ask you a question. Did you have a trailer or did you flat tow?
I drove it from my house.
You drove it from his house? Where did you live? Right over there.
2 miles.
About 2 miles down. Now, see, that's the neat part about when racing first started. They actually flat towed a lot of these cars and drove them like from Schrader's garage.
Yep, they used to drive them up. I drove mine from my house. The police never bothered us, but hell, there wasn't many police.
Don't do that today, though.
No. But there were some good times here for everybody. I mean, it was amazing.
That it was cheap and it was fun, wasn't it?
Yep.
You know, you go to a salvage yard and pick up darn near every piece you needed for your race car, couldn't you?
Yeah.
And now today, I don't think you can get a battery. Maybe you get a battery. That's about it.
No, I'd had to work 10 jobs back then to buy the tires for these new ones.
So how'd you do? Did you win a lot of races? Were you a points guy?
No, everybody kept wrecking my car.
All those darned other guys.
Friends, all my buddies, they'd have hard quit or something, and they'd be in the points and stuff, and I'd give them my car. It turned end over end 5 times.
On the back straightaway.
Here, down there, end over end.
Oh man, what a
Donnie
deal.
Workman was driving it then.
Donnie Workman, boy, he had some cars, didn't he?
Yeah.
He also came to the racetrack pretty dialed up, didn't he? I mean, he had. I remember him having a Cadillac, towed a car with a Cadillac.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of times. Well, Ken, enjoy the day. Thanks for spending a little time with us. Well, they call this guy an old-timer, but he can't be an old-timer until he quits. You know what I mean? He's just not quit yet. But Donnie Klein raced here a ton, ladies and gentlemen. Dandy Don's here today for the Lake Hill Speedway reunion. And Donnie, as I look around this racetrack, as I look back at those people standing around turns 3 and 4 all the way down the front straightaway, I am truly amazed, but not totally surprised at the turnout today.
No, this is really something. I can't believe it. I thought the weather's going to have something to do with it, but it turned out good. And this has been a lot of fun. And got to run a few laps on the track, and I felt like getting on it.
Now, Donnie, how much did you race here?
Well, I started here in '63 regularly in what we had then, the 8 cars, they called them. And the track was shorter than about the size of Belleville. And it was dirt.
Right.
And then they lengthened it. And we raced on it, and then later on the asphalt come. But Allied had left here in about 67, I guess it was, 68, I don't know, somewhere.
That's when it changed over right in that time.
Yeah, and when they put the asphalt on it, that was after. Then we come back and raced here later for 3 years. And actually, it was a lot of fun, but I'm a dirt man, you know.
No, that's true.
But let me tell you something. It got pretty dirty out there a while ago. It got a little dusty out there.
Can you believe what they did to get this racetrack in shape from 2 months ago with the water, with the trees? I mean, people really haven't looked, and we did some, we shot some pictures of all the trees and debris they're laying outside this racetrack. This thing was really heavy with foliage.
My boy Dennis lives not too far, about 2 miles, and he come over every once in a while. And it was just growed up like a woods, he said.
Yeah.
And I can't believe it. We was over here about 3 weeks ago. We passed her, and I couldn't believe all the work they'd done then. And now it's ready to go.
Well, somebody said if they're going to have this many people, they might as well race. You know.
Russ Wallace was talking a while ago. He said, "Heck, put 2 inches of fresh asphalt on, we go race." I said, "No, put 6 inches of dirt on. We'll really race."
That's how we'll do it. That's how we'll race. Well,
it's a lot of fun. This is something else. I have no idea it was going to get this big.
Well, it did, and it's great. It's great for the
it's great for the race fans. And Donnie, looking back across this racetrack, we probably have 1,500 to 2,000 of the best race fans in the country here, today. And half those people have turned over. You know what I mean? And when they started coming at 9 o'clock at noon, that part of that bunch left, and a whole new bunch has come in.
That's right. It's unbelievable. It's just unbelievable.
Well, Donnie, thanks a lot for being with us today on St. Louis Motorsports Review. Enjoy the rest of the day. We're going to have a great time, and we want to also thank, while we're thanking people, we want to thank Mother Nature because she dialed a good one. And, this has been Thanksgiving Day. I don't think we'd have had this many people.
No, this is really all right. This is the way well, I hope it don't end. I hope somebody gets this thing going again now.
Well, it's condos, houses, or commercial development. That's what's on the plate right now, but you never know. Those city councils do strange things.
Yeah, we might have another racetrack.
Yeah, you never know, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back with more. Now, I don't know if you remember this guy, but I can tell you that anybody that ever got black flagged or got a fine or was torn down and found illegal with Allied Auto Racing Association knew this guy right here and are still mad at him.
No.
This is Art Gross, ladies and gentlemen, a longtime racer, a longtime official with Allied Auto Racing Association. Art, tell us your feelings about today.
I'm going to tell you, I can't believe how many people turned out. And I believe that if it was a 60-degree day, you'd had 2 to 3 times as many people what showed up today. And I've met people here what I haven't seen in 40 years. And I've raced from 59 to 77. And I remember the faces, but the names, if you get older, the names kind of fall away from you. And I'm going to tell you, we had a good time. And I wish they could really bring the racetrack back, because it was a super place for a racetrack.
One of the first asphalt racetracks in the area that guys got to race on.
Yes, it is, but I am a dirt race track. And I believe if it was a dirt racetrack, it would still be here and running super fine, and a lot of people.
Well, Art, thanks for stopping by. I think it's more than anyone ever imagined. You know, here today
You know, if we'd have had 300 or 400 people here, we'd have been happy. But we've got 4 to 5 times that many people here right now, and they say they're still coming in. And we probably turned the crowd over. Half the crowd's turned over once already. The people came at 9 o'clock because they had other things to do, you know what I mean, because of the weekend, the holiday coming up. They got to shop, they got to do the, you know, the honeydew things. But this thing, I'm telling you, if you turn around and look at the racetrack and see how many people are standing around watching these race cars, it's unbelievable.
It is. I'm really happy for the people who put it on, and everybody's got to thank the people who put it on, because it takes a lot to do it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Art Gross, former racer, former Allied Auto Racing official, enjoying the day here at Lake Hill Speedway. Thanks, Art.
Thank you.
All right.
Smile, everybody. Good. 5 more
How many people want to race here? Raise your hand if you want to race.
Are we good? All right. Okay.
Well, it's halftime here at the Lake Hill Speedway reunion. We've had a great time up until this point. As a matter of fact, we talked to so many people and we did so many things that we're going to bring more of the Lake Hill Speedway reunion to you on the next edition of Motorsports Review. I'm Mike Muir, and I'll see you at the races.